Hi guys, it's Finn. So, I thought I'd ask Nat to come and join me. And ask your perspective on 6 months on testosterone and how it's been for you.
Hairy. It's probably the best way to put it.
I'm growing this at the moment to see how it ends up.
Yeah.
You like it, don't you, babe?
It's beautiful, yeah.
Yeah.
Go on then. It's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hairy. Very hairy. I don't know, where do you start, really?
Just did my 6 month vid and it was quite funny looking back at
Yeah, it's
how
bizarre.
I was.
Very bizarre. You're like a completely different colour.
I hadn't noticed
What's that all
until you
about?
said that. But it's not just the tan, is it? It's like...
No, you look really ill.
What, now?
No, then.
Okay.
You look really pale. Whereas now you're kind of like beaming. It's beautiful.
But it's not just paleness. I think it's like the soft kind of femaleness. Whereas now I'm more rugged.
You call it whatever you like, love.
Do you not think I'm rugged now?
Yeah, you're hot.
Alright.
But you know, yeah. It's just bizarre. I thought that.
Mhm.
I don't know, just the high pitched voice and
How you
Just-
doing?
the general paleness was just quite
I
strange.
don't remember
can't
being
even-
that pale.
No, I can't remember you being that high pitched.
I don't know. I'm really
Am I
excitable
that
as
high
well.
pitched?
Well, we've had this discussion, haven't
Easy.
we?
Let's change that.
You do sound very high pitched compared to me now, but it's because I'm tuning into voices that are the same as mine. So yours, in comparison, just sounds very squeaky
Thanks.
and naggy. Should we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's be fair. We were kind of like more worried about how the physical changes would affect you, wouldn't it? Like me being more hairy and looking more male, sounding more male. That was kind of our biggest concern.
Yeah.
And you haven't found that hugely a problem, have you, really?
No.
No. But what has been significantly
The hair
different...
got a little. You had to get used to that a little bit, I suppose. But
Okay, tell me about that.
well, it was there all of a sudden. There was lots
Yeah,
of it. So,
yeah.
but that's about it, really.
It doesn't bother you now?
No.
Not even this?
No.
Okay. But what is being an issue is communication, isn't it?
Yes, a massive issue.
Yeah, which we hadn't banked on happening
No.
at all. It's funny because I'd kind of like... I knew I'd change a bit, but I didn't realise it was going to be that dramatic. And the consequences of how it would affect how you and I talk.
Well, yeah, I've just found it quite more difficult to talk to you.
Mm.
In general, really. Just because, you know, you don't have a conversation anymore. You know, whereas there used to be like sentences involved. I just get a grunt, or you know, just a one. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll get a 3-4 word answer. You know, on a good day.
I just don't see the point now of like going on and on and on though. That's the trouble.
No, but sometimes these questions need you to like elaborate a little more than just going, yeah. Well,
But equally, when I ask you about your day, do I really need to know the colour of the cup, the temperature of the room?
no, I don't say that. See what I mean?
Details. But seriously, it's just funny, isn't it, noticing it? I've got, you know, I have to kind of remember that it's not you that's changed, it's me that's changed, it's my perception that's changed. You haven't started talking differently all of a sudden or anything like
No.
that. It's my perception.
No,
I
it's
do
you.
know that. I know, and I'm really sorry. But also what's happening is because I'm learning to use my voice, when I'm kind of like talking, you'll often think that I'm having a go and I'm
Yeah.
shouting.
But
And I'm not.
it does come across a lot more abrupt. You
Yeah,
do.
I know, I'm
You
aware
know.
of that. Yeah.
You know, even when we're in the street and it's just when you were trying to work out your tone differences, and every time you tried to shout a little bit louder you'd squeak, so you had to kind of go into yourself a bit so that the rumble would
Yeah,
come
so
out.
I'm like, nah!
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Surprised I can still hear,
Yeah, I know.
actually. Lost a couple of, you know, pictures.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's quite funny now because I know it, but
It's
at the
getting
time
easier,
it was
isn't
quite
it?
worrying, you know. The fact that you lose the ability to communicate with each other can actually easily desecrate a whole relationship, and it did feel like that for a bit.
Yeah, we had
But,
a dodgy month.
that
really, a couple of
everything
months,
was going to
actually.
go by the wayside, and yeah, that's not very nice.
It's not that we've lost the ability to communicate, it's just that we've got to learn a new way of communicating now.
No, of course, but the way you feel at the time, it's you don't think of it that way logically. You know, okay, looking back on it now, you can go, well, yeah, okay, it is just another load of adapting that you've got to do to get to realise, you know, that we are communicating, it's just a completely different way of communicating. Whereas at the time you just think, I just don't know what to say to you, because anything I say, the response I get back is not the one I want, or I'm scared that, you know, I'm just going to get a rah rather than a, oh darling kind of thing, you know. I don't want you to mamby-pamby me, but at the same time, you know, a civil answer rather than, well, whatever, is quite nice, you know.
I'm really sorry. It's just my kind of thought process is so factual now that when you don't answer me in a factual way, I kind of break down in my head and have no idea and just kind of like freak out a bit.
See, the glazed over look is a new one as well, of, you know, and you see it in quite a lot of men actually, you know, when we start talking, and you're probably even like halfway through the first sentence and you're trying to keep it as short, as sweet as possible, and you just see this glaze go, ooh, and you're just like, right, okay, you're not listening now. Do you know what, I could be stood here eating donuts saying that I'm naked and I'm going to go and run around the block, and you'll just go,
It's not that bad. Okay, maybe it's. Yeah. I was talking to a friend about this, which really helped actually. He was saying about how it's the little things, isn't it? It's not just the communication, it's kind of the facial expressions and everything. And I've got very much kind of, I used to be very excitable like that, and I'm not now. I'm much more kind of like, my face stays still and I don't smile as much. I smile, but it's not like
just grumpy.
So like before, you could kind of read, there were so many different signals that you've just lost the ability to read because I'm giving off new signals.
Yeah. Probably.
So we're relearning.
Slowly. But we're getting there.
You said it feels like I'm on a different like, wavelength.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. It's just, you know, as I say, we used to have like these in-depth kind of conversations, whereas now it's just like, the extent of our conversations go along the lines of, in lengthwise of, do you want a cup of tea? It's, yeah, go on then. And that's about it.
Well, I don't know what else to say to a cup of tea. It's like the
No,
fish
no,
pie incident. She asked me, do you want fish pie? And I said yes, and she got really upset. Because apparently before I would have gone, oh yes, I really like fish pie. But now because it was just like, yeah.
It was just a really kind of like non-emotional,
I know.
yeah, go on then.
Yeah.
Just like, well, okay then, you know, could have put a bit more enthusiasm into it. I might as well just, you know, give you a load of slop on a plate or something, you know. Have some gruel, darling, there you go.
You know I love you, right?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. So this is fun. We've got to learn all over again.
I still love you.
I still love you
So,
too.
you know.
It's just apparently I don't explain it or express it as I did.
No.
But I'm learning to do it in a new way. But you're craving the company of women, which is really quite bizarre. When we stayed at my brother's house, and his girlfriend got up in the morning, you got really excited and went, oh, is she up yet? I've never seen you get like that around women.
No, I was quite surprised at that as well. Because normally I'd have probably just been quite happy sat chatting to your brother and going, you alright mate, how's it going? And should we go and have a pint kind of thing? Not in the morning, but you know, because I'm not an alcoholic. But, saw that. So, but yeah, no, obviously having two elder brothers, I'm normally used to being around the male company more, but yeah.
But you're getting a bit mailed out with me around.
Yeah, a little bit. I just need to be around someone that just doesn't fart as much, to be fair.
Excuse me.
It has kind of like got a bit more.
No, it hasn't.
It has.
No. Do you realise that I'm filming this on YouTube and I tell everybody that I fart all the time? I do not.
Everybody
fart all
farts. Whether they admit it or not. It's just yours is doubled.
So there you go. Testosterone doubles your farting, apparently. No, it doesn't. Right. Change subject.
Love you.
I love you too. What about everything else?
Kind of the whole having to learn to communicate again. We've had to learn to.
That's been the
Kind
biggest
of.
deal, hasn't it, over this last 6
Yeah.
months? Definitely that.
Yeah.
I have not had one concern about you suddenly looking at my body and finding it unattractive. Quite the opposite seems to have happened,
Yeah.
which is good. You find me hot as a man.
Yeah.
But what I wasn't expecting was communication breakdown.
Yeah.
Which you're
Then
trying to
broke
sort out.
down everything else really
Yeah.
for a bit.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, yeah. If we're not talking, we're not going to be doing anything else.
And we haven't really done anything about it, have we? But it's you can't really do anything about the fact that you're communicating differently other than getting used to communicating differently and being sensitive about the fact that you're communicating differently. Like, I'm trying not to look glazed over when you talk to me.
I think quite a good thing that was said, because we do end up getting quite irate with each other.
Yes.
And I think that was the big thing in the lack of communication, was when we did try and communicate, we'd end up snapping at each other. It was either him having a go at me because he thinks I'm having a go at him, or vice versa.
Mm.
So, and I think we went to a meeting in London,
We did. Mm.
and one of the best
FGM
things...
London.
Yeah. And the doctor that was there, one of the doctors, it came up, someone asked him a question and said, what do you do about the whole like aggressive side and everything else just in communication? And he said, you've got to use the 10-second rule, which I thought was hilarious. And I think, you know, when we do remember to do it, it works. But
Yeah.
literally, you know, you get asked the question and you take a step back and count to 10 and then give your answer, rather than just going...
Yeah.
Makes a whole lot of difference, because that rah doesn't come out, because by the time you've got to the 10 seconds you're so kind of knackered from holding it in that you just go, well, actually.
Yeah.
Which is quite good. We have not necessarily done it very often, and still kind of like...
But yeah, it's just... We've been so used to perceiving each other a certain way for so long
Yeah.
that now we've just got to, you know, get used to new answers and new ways of answering each other. And also, we've been able to watch other couples communicate. We haven't had the option of watching other trans couples communicate. Yeah. And that's it. You learn how to communicate as a couple from the people around you.
Mm.
And so we need to kind of spend more time with trans partners and see how they've negotiated the difference in communication and relearning, and that's what we need. And we've
Yes.
done a little bit of that, haven't we? But we need to do more of that.
Gotta get some time off work.
Yeah, I know. That doesn't help as well, working all the hours under the sun. Although it's probably helped a little bit, hasn't it? Because we haven't been able to have a go at each other.
Yeah. It has been, you know.
You've had some freedom from the madness.
Yeah. I still got it in text messages though. I've never known anyone be able to answer all questions with a one-word text message.
What? Do I?
Yeah, you did. You had a go at me because I wasn't texting you often enough while I was at work. And then, so I was making the effort in texting you more. And I was literally asking questions, how was your day? Sleepy. So is that all you've done today then? Yeah.
I'm actually, yeah, you're not the only one that said my texts have changed. I used to send like 4-page texts, so it's just like, yeah.
So yeah, that kind of like, you know.
I need to say more. We could compromise, and I could say more and you could say less.
Well, I'm trying to say less, it just still tends to sound long-winded. Even just saying that sounded long-winded. Oh, I've just added that. Oh, I'm just going to shut up.
I love you, and I love your long-winded, detailed conversations.
The thing is, you ask me things that I'm passionate and excited about, you know, and I have to tell you the whole thing so you get the bigger picture of it all, rather than just like little snippets.
I know, and I just try and, you know, round it all up to just a few words to so you get the whole picture in a short space of time. It makes sense both ways, you see? Yeah? No. Okay. Right. Shall we leave it as that?
If you're happy
Is
to
there any
leave
more?
it as
Is there any more insights this month? And you'd like to tell people? I should vet these before I ask you questions. But yeah.
buy waxing strips ready for if he gets like abrupt with his answers. Then you have like tools.
I'm not allowing any wax strips in this house.
Okay.
Right, on that note, I shall leave it there. Thanks, babes.
Thanks, babe.
Let you get back to your coffee.
It's nearly finished now. Can I have another one?
That was my coffee.
No, it wasn't. You gave it to me.
Oh, oh well. Okay, right. On that note, we'll leave it there. Thanks, babes.
Thanks, babe.
Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye.